Leaving this show is leaving a part of me. The people are just gonna take Peter, gonna take Natalie, gonna take them all.
How can I rule 7 kingdoms if I can't control Slaver's Bay? Why should anyone follow me?
You're a Targaryen. You're the mother of dragons.
There's an ease that I get with acting with Iain Glen because he's been my pal the whole time. There's been my buddy.
Shambles, John, shambles.
Iain is an incredible actor and he is an incredible mentor. He's just helped me as a person on a really real level. I'm gonna start to cry. This is ridiculous.
My favourite actor to work with was Rose Leslie. There was something really special about working with Rose.
Ygritte, you know I didn't have a choice. You always knew who I was.
She is one of the best actors I've worked with, one of the most instinctual, and we really kind of had a great chemistry together, I think.
You should have stayed in that cave.
We'll go back there.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
I really miss Charles Dance, who played my father, Tywin Lannister. We had such a great chemistry and a great friendship.
Tyrion.
Despite our on-screen relationship.
Who taught you that shite?
The greatest swordsman who ever lived. Syria Farrell.
I learned a lot from Rory. He doesn't come off like actory. The nature of our scenes have just been really, really great fun to work through.
You're afraid of fire. You look like a scared little girl.
It was just such a strange dynamic that we had, but it was a lot of fun.
Gwen and Lena, they're just brilliant and very, very different. And then, of course, the characters are so different, which makes it fun because it's a kind of a different version of Jaime you get to see.
This isn't a war we can win.
And the same, you know, with Dinklage and Jerome, very different versions of Jaime there. I mean, they're all great.
There's so many people I haven't had chance to work with, but Pete and Nikolaj, I love working with them, and Charles Dance and Jack Gleeson and Conleth. I think those were my kind of nucleus, and I loved every minute with each of them. It's gonna make me cry.
I always ended up in a very small unit of people, and luckily they were some of the best people I could have hoped for. More than anything, the friends I've made on this show I will have for life. Ellie, who played Mira.
Lovely.
Christian Nairn, who played Hodor, is one of my best friends. But, you know, I really, really enjoy working with John Bradley.
You saw this in a vision.
So it was fun getting to do that scene with him back again in season 7, because we have a good laugh.
Sansa, come here, little dove.
I always loved working with Lena.
What are you doing?
Praying.
You're perfect, aren't you? Praying.
Just watching her and learning from her was the best drama lesson I could have ever hoped for.
And if the city should fall?
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
They both know that they hate each other, and there are these scenes where they're both pretending to be nice to each other because there are other people around. And it's so funny because you can see underneath they loathe each other.
You know, I saw this young actress come on set. Songs and histories from the 7 kingdoms.
Thank you, sir.
And she just took on a massive role. And pulled it off. And the most beautiful thing about Emilia, she has no idea how good she is. She genuinely has no idea. And she still has no idea. She's always sort of vulnerable, which gives is part of her great gift. She's a wonderful actress, but she's also a wonderful person.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Don't be. All I've ever wanted was to serve you. And she deserves all the good things that thrones, you know, will bring her.
Tyrion Lannister was right. I love you.
She's a very good friend, and I love on and off the set with Emilia, yeah.
It's too late. Oh, I loved the time with Maisie. Maisie was brilliant, so clever, so on it.
Really good.
That whole road trip stuff that we were doing, that was just a joy.
Who would pass the bloody gate?
The bloody Hound and his traveling companion, Arya Stark.
I disobeyed my king, your father, and now I'm paying the price.
I don't care, you're my friend.
Shireen Baratheon. I had a couple of scenes with Shireen that I loved doing. The most delicate and physically damaged person who hasn't had any love in her life, certainly from her mother and father. And to have her level of humanity and decency and cleverness and brightness, he just treats her as an equal. And I really like that aspect of the relationship that they had.
You're late. I thought you weren't coming.
In a sense, they're almost like a husband and wife, because she teaches him and scolds him and points him in a direction.
You'll never read well if you move your lips. That's how children do it.
And they're obviously drawn to each other. I mean, I think in a sense, Davos would most definitely be looking for a replacement for the son that he loved and lost.
I've been very lucky that I've had some really wonderful people to do scenes with. But I think in terms of my favourite scene partner, it'd have to be Kit. Kit was the first person I ever had an acting relationship with because it was my first job. I think that the friendships that you form when you are a bit scared and a bit uncertain and treading unfamiliar ground, they're the ones that tend to stick because you cling on to each other for support.
Sir Alice is going to make me fight again tomorrow, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
I'm not going to get any better, you know.
Well, it can't get any worse.
You know, he was the first person that I clung to for support in a very uncertain time for us both.
Sam, are you in such a hurry to lose a hand?
I didn't touch her.
No, you just want to steal her. What do you think Craster cuts off for that?
Can't steal her. She's a person, not a goat.